Good afternoon and welcome with me, Brian, out and about today on the east coast of Valencia, and I'm a little bit off the beaten track today because I've decided to show you one of the many secluded beaches along this coast. I am around about half a mile from camping Montmar, which you will find under the new list banner on the app. It's absolutely beautiful day, but it is very, very windy. So I am tucked behind this wall, as you can see, lovely palm trees behind me. I'm just going to show you where I am. Good afternoon, Margaret and Shirley. Let me just turn you around so you can see exactly where I am. Like I said, I'm off the beaten track. I'm out in the country, but by the sea. And there we go. There's that sun. It's a very warm day. It's about 18 to 20 degrees. But like I said, it's very, very windy. Now I come out a few meters. You can see the size of the waves today. Good afternoon, Paul. No Marina today. She's off doing other things, okay? So I'm totally on my own. So I'm free today, out and about. And I decided to show you one of the secluded beaches along the coast of the Costa del Azahar. This is someone's garden, believe it or not. And it's a very long garden. And in the distance are the mountains in the national park, and this whole area, okay, is a natural area. No one's allowed to build here. If you're into bird watching, you're into photography, maybe you're into painting, fantastic area to come. It's very, very natural. It's not been touched for many, many years. And there's a seagull to prove my point. Hello Christine, hello Keith, thank you for joining me this afternoon. We're on the east coast of Valencia, on the Costa del Azahar. I'm around about half a mile from camping Montmar, which is directly over that way. And I'm off the beaten track because there's a main road that goes from Montmar, Moncofa, Newlis, and this is part of Newlis Playa, and it's all natural and there's nobody here. Even in the summer, in the height of July and August, there's not many people. So if you like seclusion, peace and quiet, today's a bit blushy with the waves, but normally it's very calm here. We're in a beautiful area. So this beach, like I said, you can come out of camping Montmar, you can walk about 300 meters and you're on the beach just beyond the rocks in the distance. Or you can walk down it easy, within easy walking time, and you can come onto this beach and there's nobody here, it's total seclusion. This is the Mediterranean. Like I say, today it's very, very windy. I'm just going to come, you can see over there, trying to cycle here today, I was really, really against it. If I come out, I don't know if you can feel the wind, but you can see by the trees. Hello Sue, hello Anne, hello Beverly, hello everybody who's watching. I hope you're okay wherever you are in the world. We're another beautiful day. We've had a bit of rain actually, the last day or so. It was beautiful on Friday. Yesterday was raining. Bit of a mixture, a bit of April showers going on, English April showers actually, which is unusual for this part of Spain. There, absolutely beautiful place, very secluded, out in the country. You've got the best of both worlds. You've got the villages with all the people, and you come a few minutes out and you're in a secluded beach area. And there's many of these beaches dotted right along the coast of the Costa del Azahar. Hello Anne Mansfield from North Ayrshire in Scotland. I hope the weather's good for you up there today. Hello Glenn. Like I said, there's no marina today. I'm on my own. So those people who like a bit of seclusion, who likes a bit of privacy, then these are the perfect beaches to come to. Hello. Hope you're okay wherever you are today. Bit of news for you. On Spanish news this week, it's been guaranteed that the emergency is definitely going to be over on May the 9th. So we're very, very happy with that. You can actually feel the buzz actually in the pueblos of people getting back to normal life. Even though life is slower here, it's been very, very slow because of the COVID, but now people are getting more motivated, more out and about, getting back into normal. The restaurants are fuller, the cafeterias are fuller. Spanish love their cafeterias and restaurants, and now they're getting pretty packed nearly every day. As far as the Spanish government are concerned, they're in negotiations, I still believe, with Boris about this vaccination passport, and they're trying to push things forward for May, as I read on Friday. Now, in Valencia and the Balearic Islands, they're trying to now have a free PCR test when you get here as well, instead of paying for it. So I'll have to look into that and keep looking at the news and whatever and online to see if that does come about. But Valencia, I know, are pushing that. Hello Rita, hello Hayley, good afternoon. Now we are, like I said, about half a mile from Camping Montmar, which is, if I just turn you around again, it's over in that direction. Now at the moment there is nothing to sell on Camping Montmar because we are waiting for a new mobile home, or there will be a plot coming available soon, and when that does happen, I will go to that camp, show you around it. There's two options. One, you can actually rent the plot and put your own mobile home there. If you've got a mobile home around about 8 meters by 3.5, it will go in the area. It's a very quiet part of the camp as well, very popular camp in this area, beautiful and clean, and the restaurant is superb. Further up the coast, like I said, around about 50 miles, there's Pensacola, there's Camping Olivos. There are relocation areas there for you to go if you've got your own mobile back in the UK or in Europe. Or there are 2 mobile homes for sale on that site as well. If you download the app or go on caravansinthesun.com, you will see those mobile homes. Down in Chativa, they're doing a lot of renovation on the park, so I can't actually get there at the moment. But there is 1 mobile home for sale on there. Again, if you look at the app on caravansinthesun.com, you will see the prices and what that camp is like at the moment. And there are also videos on the app that you can see of the camps. But the idea, like I said today with me, is that we're out and about, we're looking at the natural areas of the east coast of Spain. This is how the Spanish live. What I'm going to talk to you about, actually, there's been a lot of talk. We've been watching videos now for nearly 2.5 months, and no one's really talked about what happens when you get here. It's okay buying your mobile home. We've learnt about the non-lucrative visa. We know you can only stay here 2 times 90 days now for the year if you want a vacation. But here, when you actually get here, what happens? Well, from my experience and from people I've been talking to the last few weeks, the main thing is the first 2 weeks you think you're on holiday. It feels like you're on holiday. You move into your mobile home, you sort out your contract in the office. Now this is Spain, so don't expect it to be done on the very first day. Normally 2 or 3 days, you settle in. You sort out then, you see people who live on the camp, the English, they'll give you some good hints where to go. The next step is to find out where the local supermarkets are. Now here in Spain, some of the biggest ones, one is Mercadona, which I think is more like Tesco's. You get Charter and also Consum, who are actually both the same company. And you get Maquimas, which is, I would say, a bit more upmarket, like Waitrose. The prices are not that different in any of them. So, but Mercadona is the #1 supermarket in the whole of Spain. There are a number of other foreign supermarkets that we don't have in this area. We did have a Roski, but that's now closed down because of the COVID. So you're looking for your supermarkets, and what you'll find is when you go into these supermarkets, one of the main things is they don't sell like things like paracetamols or anything like that. You have to go to the pharmacia to get that, and that's one thing when I came here I found very odd, because going to Asda, going into Sainsbury's or whatever back in the UK, you can buy anything. Here you can. The only place similar to those is Carrefour. And Carrefour is a massive supermarket. It's online as well. You can actually subscribe to that and get stuff delivered. Mercadona do deliver, and Mackie Mas deliver, but sometimes in the villages they don't, mainly in the bigger towns and whatever. The next step you've got to do, if you've got a SIP card, is register on the Padron, where you go to the local Ayuntamiento. Now the Padron has got nothing to do with money. The Padron, believe it or not, is where you go, you sign on for the first 2 months, 3 months when you're here. After 3 months you're supposed to sign on it if you're going to be here longer than 3 months. And you'll get that normally for around about 2 years, and then you re-sign on in 2 years' time. Now the Padron is purely for that pueblo, for that village, for that town where you're living, where you are, to claim money from the central government per head for the cleaning of the beaches, the areas, the town, the villages, street cleaning. It's to get money from the central government, because that's the way Spain works. Everything comes from Madrid down into Valencia here, or wherever the autonomous region where you're going to be, down to the towns, down to the villages. So every village has its own little Ayuntamiento government office, and that's how they work. So if anyone tells you that the Padron's about looking into your bank account, whatever, it's absolutely rubbish. It's got nothing to do with that, okay? It's purely to get money from the central government to keep these pueblos looking beautiful. Hello John, hello Andy Finn, hello Mark Anthony. The next thing, like I said, you look at that, then you can, if you've got your SIP card or medical, you've got private medical, you can sort that out, you can register for that when you get here. You go to the local medical centre with your SIP card and you sign on like you do in the UK at the local medical centre. That is the main things you do, basics, when you first get here. After that, yeah, you can relax on your decking if you've got decking. You can go out and about and you can stroll around. You can explore the area. And what you will find is that everything here is very more slower than the UK. So if you come here like I did with the UK mentality, people just look at you and give you strange looks because you're rushing around all over the place, and they're saying you really need to slow down. Now, at the time when I first come here, I didn't realise I was rushing around, but now I can see I was. Things here take a day, 2 days. One of the hardest things that I found was actually siesta time, where we just get on with life. We get up in the morning, go, you know, you do your job, you go to work, or you come home, you're doing your garden. Here everything stops in winter from 3 till 5, and now at this time of year now, right down till October, from 2 till 5. And that is really weird because the supermarkets are still open, but all the smaller shops, all the little DIY shops, except for the Chinese DIY shops, and there's quite a few of them around, they stay open, but everything else closes. So you have to kind of change your life a little bit to fit in with this way the Spanish is. Now in Valencia region, there is more siesta than anywhere else in Spain. And it's really weird that everything stops. It's just, I've actually saw in winter a Wi-Fi man working in the dark up a pole with a torch. And now he could have finished that job between 2 and 5. They didn't. They start again at 5 o'clock and they work on till 8. It was all a little bit weird, but you'll suddenly get into it. After about 3 or 4 weeks, you'll settle into this way, knowing that the shops are closed and you can't go here and you can't go there. Even the restaurants all closed and they open again about 5 o'clock. So the basics are, when you first come here, is my advice is try and settle into the Spanish way as quickly as possible. If you bring your British way or any European way, Northern European, it won't work. Because the Spanish just look at you and say, oh, he must be from the UK, they must be English, they must be Germans, they must be Norwegian or whatever. Okay, so that's the basics when you first come here. You set yourself up and then your life changes. Now, on average, your new routine will take around about a month, and then you'll get up in the mornings, you get up later maybe, or those who are keeping fit will get up and know you can go out running and walking because the weather is normally really good. And the sun comes up and gets warmer around about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And now in April, we're going into May. We're coming, the sun rises around about 6, 6:30, and it's fantastic to come down to the beach that time of morning and watch the sun come up over the horizon in this part of the east, and it goes down at night over on the mountains. You'll find your own routine, you'll find your own way, you'll find the restaurant on the camp, you'll find out what time it opens, what meals you like. Most of them at this part is all Spanish food. You will not find anything English. You then, I said, in the evening you can go out for your walk. If you're single, if you're on your own, a lot of people like to be single on their own and, you know, like privacy, then there's plenty of places to walk. If you're married, a couple, or you're together with your partner, fantastic romantic walks. Fantastic in the evening. Lovely walks down the promenade. The weather's lovely and warm. And it does feel like you're on holiday all the time. Hello John, hello Matt. Welcome. I am on the east coast of Valencia, on the Costa del Azahar. I am tucked away beyond the wall because it's very, very windy today. It's gale force winds up. I am around about half a mile from Camping Monma on the Nulis, on the app, or on caravansinthesun.com. I shall turn you around because a lot of people have just joined me, and I shall show you where we are. And for those of you in inner cities, this is what you could be looking at if you come here. Hello Lorraine Filmer, I can see you there. I shall be contacting you soon and come over to see you. And there, like I said today, the sun is up. It is very warm, it's about 18 to 20 degrees, but it is a gale force wind up, and if I go out further out, as you can see, by these palm trees, you can see the wind blowing. Today's cycling here was very, very hard. If there's any questions anybody wants to ask me, then fire at me now if you can. If you want to live here, look at expat.com, network.com. You will find all the information on there. That's networkexpat.com. They are a fantastic website. They'll tell you everything you need to know about living in Spain, in Italy, in Portugal. I'm just going to tuck back down here. Here we go. It's a beautiful day, like I said, very windy, and we're out in the wilds, off the beaten track. The mountains are in the distance. All the area over to that side is all natural area, and orange groves, lemons, almonds are all grown here. And in the distance you'll see the mountains. And those of you like trekking or like cycling or keeping fit, you can go for miles upon mile here. And then if you stop like I do, especially when it gets warmer, you can get your trunks with you and take a dip in the water. Absolutely beautiful. Very relaxing, very calm. Although the surf is up today, as you can see. Going back to what you do when you get here, you will meet a lot of new people, a lot of new friends. There's many English on most of the campsites on the Caravans in the Sun. There are Germans, there are Norwegians, there are people from all over, and you all become like a one community. You go to the restaurant during the summer puts on music. The Spanish then turn up in on their holidays, mainly weekends at the moment, and then also in July and August, which is the main time for the holiday season in Spain. Then all of a sudden, on the first week of September, it all ends and they all go home. And you're left on your camp, or you're left on your park, and it goes very, very quiet down into winter. By that time, you'll be into your routine, out and about. The main football around here is Villarreal, and I know my mate Terry and Alan are well into that. Up the road you've got Barcelona. You don't talk about Real Madrid in this area, I'll tell you that now. Okay, but there is a lot of fans from Manchester United and Liverpool and Arsenal, and you do get in the bars and on the parks. If you ask, they will do the live feeds for you from the football. Rugby as well, if you're into rugby. Hello Lee. Hello Liz Marina Flores. She's watching me today from home. She's doing other things. I'm okay. I made it here through the gale force winds. Hello Jane. Like I said, we are here today just relaxing off the beaten track. I'll turn you around again. There you go. We're off the beaten track on the Costa del Azahar on one of the many secluded beaches. And if you like privacy, if you like to paint, you like photography, or you just like to swim, like to go fishing, or you like to scuba dive, today's not a perfect day for that, but it is in summer. It's absolutely beautiful here. You're out the way, you can bring your book, read. I'm just going to walk down the beach a little bit. There's the wind, as you can see. There we go. I'm just going to walk down to the beach. It's mainly pebbles on this beach, but as you go further up and further down, there are sandy beaches. Afternoon Steve, afternoon Jim, thank you for watching. I'm on the east coast of Valencia on the Costa del Azahar. I am just out of the village of Moncofa and halfway between the village of Nules. This is part of Nules Playa, and you will find, if you download the app or caravansinthesun.com, you will see the app saying Nules, and you'll see Camping Montmartre, where we are saying in a few weeks time we will be putting a new mobile home, or otherwise someone can relocate there. And this is on your doorstep. As you can see, I do a lot of cycling to keep fit, and this area is very flat. So those who like cycling or keeping fit, it's absolutely perfect for you. And you can cycle for miles, believe me, it's very flat. In the distance is the apartments of Moncofa. Down that way, down to the south, is Chilches, what I showed you a few weeks ago. So we have come north of that. Further down is the port of Sagunto. Very beautiful beach there in Sagunto. Modern shopping areas. They've got Primark here in Castellón. They have Decathlon. They even have C&A's as well. So you've got best of all worlds. You can go shopping, or you can spend your day sitting on the beaches, or you can go cycling, you can go walking. It's a totally different life. Totally different life, and you have the weather to do it. And that beautiful sun. Hello Neil. Yes, I was with your parents last week up in Valencia. So there we go, a very straightforward live today from this beach of Nules on the Costa del Azahar. I hope you liked what I was showing. This is normal life for us who live here. Just get down to the beach every day, go for a walk, do your shopping. And when you come here to live, you will get into this new way, your new way of living. You can let go of the old way and get into, my advice to you is get into the Spanish way. Get into their way of living. They seem to relax more. They don't seem to let things worry, and you never see anyone drunk here either. You don't see a Spanish person drunk. This is a totally different area. Hello Jan, hello Michelle Murphy, thank you for watching today. So to leave you with, like I said, the Spanish government has said the emergency ends definitely on May the 9th here. We'll probably still have to wear the mask and whatever. They're saying that because the fourth wave never really happened. It didn't really get bigger. The vaccination program is well on its way now, and it's taking effect. And that's one of the reasons, again, why they're going to stop the emergency on May the 9th. And let's hope then the aeroplanes start going again, they get this vaccination passport sorted out, and you lovely people can get here back into Spain, get back into Portugal and Italy. If you're interested in buying a mobile home and you're very serious about it, then download the app from Google or iPhone. go to caravansinthesun.com. You'll see lots of information there. If you want information on the non-lucrative visa and how much it is now to come to Spain or Portugal or any other place in Europe, then go to expatnetwork.com. And they have lots of information. They even tell you what you need to do. They have a checklist of actually moving over here. The app is actually it's Caravans in the Sun app. Okay, Caravans in the Sun, and you can download it on Apple, or you can download it from Google Store. And it has lots of information. It has videos of the camps in this area. I don't do a lot of the camps in the area, mainly because I want to show you what the actual area is all about. Okay, so I can go to the camps. I go to Montmartre probably a few weeks time. There's only one mobile home going to be for sale there. There's only a couple up in camping Olivos and one down in Chativa. So I'm trying to show you exactly the Spanish way of life. It's how it is when we're here, and what you do when you first come here, when you settle in. And the main thing is your mind slows down. You don't run around at 100 miles an hour. And as the sun comes out and gets hotter over the months, you slow down into the Spanish way. And then at evenings here they have fiestas, they have markets. When it gets back to normal and this COVID goes, Spanish life is very, a lot slower than English life. And it takes a bit of time. So, you know, sometimes you get a bit frustrated with it, but give it a bit of time to settle into it, and you'll find you change. I went back to the UK last July and I wondered why everybody was rushing around, but it's me who changed. I was slower and thinking slower, and life's a lot better. Anyway, thank you today. I'm going to swap you around and leave you with this beautiful coast, the secluded beaches of Playa Nulis. I'm going to leave you with the sunshine. There it is, 18 to 20 degrees, a bit windy, and the waves are up. Has the health improved since living in Spain? My health has, yeah. I mean, I am fitter, you believe it or not, but I am 60 this year. And I'll tell you what, I have never felt so fitter and healthier. You don't have the stress, you don't have the pressure that you have in UK or Northern Europe. You kind of laid back, oh yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. It's mañana. And that's, a lot of people don't like that. I know a few Brits who can't get used to that. But I say to them, slow down, you know, slow down a little bit. Wait till tomorrow, what's the problem? You're causing the problem yourself, it's in your mind. You know, get into the Spanish way, get into the way they live here. There we go, it's absolutely beautiful. For every single person who's watching, I hope you have a fantastic week. We'll see you again next Sunday. Hopefully Marina will be back with me. So from here on Nulis Playa, it's goodbye from me, and have a fantastic week wherever you are. Thank you all for watching. Bye for now.